All right, we are live. I am live. So you all come in. I will do the 5 minutes of fame as I pull up my articles um, so we can dissect this stimulus check. And as you all are coming in, say hello and drop your city and or state if you want to, or just say hello and like and share this video. If you are viewing on Facebook, like to your Facebook page. If you're viewing on YouTube, like. If you want to go to extra level, share this video too on Facebook and YouTube and Periscope. You know what to do, Periscope. Do what you always do. Pump those hearts and show some digital love as I log in, and let me pull up these articles that I want to share with you all. The latest updates on the stimulus checks, right? Unfortunately, this rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper. So I'm just bringing you the most updated information so you can know, right? So you can know what moves to make, right? So you won't be blindsided, or you can try to prepare yourself on what moves to make. Hello, Gwen. Gwen shared some ooh um, a video link with me today about Bill Gates and his secret vault of seeds that he have of organic seeds. Gwen, that was a very eye-opening video. I don't even think I'm going to share it on my live stream just because I don't think people are ready for the truth. But to be honest with you, whether they're ready for it or not, it's here, right? It's coming. So they might as well get ready for it. So, Gwen, if I can find that, I think I will go ahead and share that. So we have about 30 people coming in right now and 9 thumbs up on my YouTube algorithm. So again, YouTube loves the algorithm, right? When you hit the like button, it invites about 20 people in just from that one power move that you did. And guess what? Even if you're watching on the replay, if you hit the thumb down button, it still loves that algorithm. So choose which one you want to do. Either way, it helps get more views to my live stream, right? Um, you can hit the thumbs up or you can hit the thumbs down, right? Everybody can't agree all the time. Hello on Periscope from the ATL for coming in the ATL. And hello, Miss Bowles. I've been seeing you on YouTube doing your thing, right? I see you on YouTube doing your thing, making out your videos. That is great, right? That is great. And then when you do things like that, people see how it is behind the camera. Some people make it look easy. It's not as easy as it looks. So she's been live streaming on her Facebook page, and that's great. Also, I had someone to share with me, Jim Jones, right? Sometimes people text, sometimes people email um, videos that they know would interest me. And thank you all for that. I like to be aware and awake as well, right? So thank you all for the information that you are sending. It's very enlightful. So we got to wake up that third eye people, right? Again, ready or not is here. I was trying to find that video that Gwen sent me, but I may not, right? So hello from Florida. We have Florida in. Hello, Florida. PA is in the house. Hello, PA Music Diva. Thanks for tuning in. And again, right, just to show the gratitude for the information, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to go to extra level, share, whether you're on Facebook and or YouTube. So let me put this article up and Periscope. Do what you do, right? Do what you do and pump those hearts and invite your followers to come in the room as well. Now, someone was commenting on one of my previous videos about debt collectors, right? And they were stating that someone that owed a bail bondsman $35,000, as long as you are paying on the debt, that they cannot garnish your checks, right? And that's true. If you are paying on a debt, they cannot garnish your check. So if you have reached past the validation stage, now I don't even know with a bail bonds, that was totally not relevant to what I was teaching, because there is no debt validation in that process that I'm aware of, right? Bail bonds, especially when you put something up for collateral. So please, people, please try to keep your comments or your opinions on topic, right? So we have reached the 5 minutes of fame. The bail bond situation, in which this person was paying a $50 monthly um, payment to the bail bonds. Okay, that does not fit the situation, right? I was on the topic of debt collectors, and we're even going to break down in this live stream what private debts mean, right? Some more thing, and even in addition to credit card debts, right? So what this means for your $1,400 stimulus, and some things with TurboTax that's going on with the change of checking accounts. And there may be some people, for example, that owe debt collectors that may try to change their checking account, right? Or go on the IRS website to change their checking account in order to not get that stimulus garnish. However, if you file through software like TurboTax, I'll explain to you why that may not work in your favor. So hello from Virginia. Hello, Centerio. This is I think my former basketball players. That you, huh? That is. Miss CC. I see the change of last name. Thanks for tuning in. We have Ace from Chicago and South Carolina. So Gwen says Papa Duck. Um, I thought that was my first time seeing him, but he has a lot of followers and a lot of subscribers. So, Gwen, maybe if people stick on or hang on to the end, we would definitely go over his live stream, right? Just for educational and informational purposes. So let's get into the topic, right? We're at the 7 minute mark. So we're doing good time. Can creditors take my $1,400 stimulus if I owe money? Let's dig into this rabbit hole so that I can show you that it's more than just debt collectors' debt, right? More than just debt collectors' debt. So, because the American Rescue Plan or the recent stimulus bill will pass through a process known as budget reconciliation, stimulus payments are vulnerable to debt collectors, right? So, again, President Joe Biden signed a $1.9 trillion rescue package last week, providing payments for $1,400 stimulus with payments to a qualified family of four that will equal to $5,600. This is also known as the American Rescue Plan. Now, people who make $75,000 or less a year are eligible, right, for these $1,400 stimulus, and couples earning $150K or less, right, will receive a $2,800 check. So $150,000 or less for couples is $2,800, right? However, question: can creditors garnish this $1,400 check? Now, the funds cannot be garnished, people, to pay government debts like back taxes and child support, right? So that's a good thing because it was rumored that child support would be included in this as well. So the government cannot garnish for back taxes and child support. However, debt collectors can garnish for debts such as private student loans. Private student loans. Now, to my understanding, all student loans are currently private. Since 2008, Obama administration, or they are at least government student loans. Credit card debt, unpaid credit card debt, and people medical debt, right? Medical debt. So if you owe money and you are expecting to receive a stimulus payment, a debt collector can garnish it or could garnish it. And yes, they will have to have a judgment in court. But this is the thing. The courts are open and they are doing this speedily, because you have to remember that evictions are also due at the end of this month in March, right? A said he never received the 600. Yes, you have some people that never received the 600 initially, right? Um, as well. And Ace said he never, well, Ace, I would definitely, if I were you, if you felt like you qualified, go to the IRS website, right? Go to the IRS website and check on your stimulus status or talk to whoever your tax preparer is to guide you in that process. I think the website is, let me share, let me see if I can pull that up. It's Where is my stimulus? I think um, if I find that while I'm live streaming, I will definitely share that link for you. So again, this is garnishment for private student loans, credit card debt. So you have to ask yourself, right, that when these student loans were in forbearance, was this in your favor or against you? And also medical debt. You wouldn't believe how medical expenses have escalated, right, in this health crisis. And so many people right now are struggling with medical bill debts. And so if you are receiving notification, right, from a debt collector people, the best things to do is not ignore it and to request validation under the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. Not a free debt validation that you find on Google that does not include the law, right? Does not include the law. I did a live stream, was it yesterday, explaining it in detail, what rights you have to you. And then some people ask, well, Queen, if the collection is falling off of my credit report, can they still garnish? The answer is yes. Your credit report is just your report card of your payment activity. It does not release you it does not protect you, in other words, from debt collectors still exercising whatever the statute of limitations are in your state, however many years that is to collect the debt. Now, if you are in a state in which the statute of limitation is 3 years, right, and that debt has remained, or that collection status reporting has remained on your credit report for 7 years, then you're fine. But different states have different statute of limitations. Like in Kentucky, it is up to 15 years. The debt collectors can pursue you, they can sue you, right, for any unpaid debts. So, um, okay, Get My Payment is the website. Let me Google that. So, in other words, your money can be garnished if you owe any private, right, debt to collectors. And so now, if you are, this is not the time to ignore any debt collectors or not to be aware of what the law is, right? So let me find that website. IRS stimulus check status is Get My Payment from the Internal Revenue Service. For maybe those who don't know, and this is where you can get your updated status, right? For the 2021 economic impact status available. Now, at this point, there are lawyers that are seeking or attempting to uh, fight against this or protect or protest against this. However, this also throws up a red flag to me, right? That if you have lawyers that are trying now on the back end to reverse this decision or judgment passed by the Democrats, does that mean that people that qualify for future stimulus payments for their child in the future could be garnished? Because you do know that unpaid rent can also go to private debt collectors, right? Unpaid rent, and again, you have evictions coming up. And so even with the stimulus, you have banks like JP Morgan and Chase, JP Morgan and Chase and Wells Fargo, right? They're saying that they will not process stimulus payments until the 17th of the stimulus. So let me pull that article out. And customers are outraged or they're angry over this decision. However, I told many minorities about the disjustice that Wells Fargo has done in the minority community for years. For years, when it was known as Freedom Bank, and they stole millions of dollars of uh, slaves' wealth, right? That were free and slaves entrusted their money in the bank. And it was then referred to as freed man banks in order to attract the slaves and get the slaves to trust them with their money. And even in the 1800s, they stole millions. So you can imagine what that is worth today. So JP Morgan and Chase and Wells Fargo face customer anger over stimulus checks. They are delaying the recent stimulus checks, and it's saying that the IRS have already started distributing the third round worth of $1,400 per adult child. But the timing of getting a check may depend partially on banks' policy, right? So JP Morgan and Chase and Wells Fargo expressing frustration after the bank said that coronavirus relief payments won't be available until March 17th. So at least this is tomorrow, right? So it's not a very lengthy wait, but some people have already have their payments as early as the weekend. So the banks say that the timing of the payments is outside of their control. So let's hope that if you do banking services with Wells Fargo and JP Morgan, that everything hits tomorrow. Now, on another note, for cryptocurrency and maybe the stock world, this will offer a boost to cryptocurrency in a sense that many people are learning now that they have to invest their money, they have to grow their cash, right? They are seeing now that it is going to be a little um use of trying to pay bills that are so outstanding that they know is going to take everything that they have. So people are just trying to invest their money at a point that they can make a fresh start and start over, right? And have some money in the future to build on. So a lot of people are going to turn to the stock market, and even more people will turn to cryptocurrency, right? And so with these moves being done, people, again, now is not the time to hide your head or duck your head in a hole and want to make it seem like that this economy is not going to hell, because it is, and it's going speedily, right? Anytime. What if I told you, right? You can take the red pill or the blue pill. What if I told you that everything Dave Ramsey taught you about you can be debt free is a lie? Tell me, put a number 1 in the comments if you think that's true, and put a number 2 in the comments if you think that's false. Do you think, right? Put a 1 in the comments if you think that's true, put a 2 if you think it's false. That you can truly be debt free, right? Do you think you can truly be debt free? Do you think you can drive a vehicle if you pay for it cash debt free? Do you think that you can own a house in America debt free? Right? Do you think we got 2 hamburger 247 says he think that's true? We got a 2, right? Um, Gwen says 2. Did I say 2 for true or 1? I said wait. Did I which one did I say? Did I say 1 for true or 2 for false? You all let me know before I go on so I don't confuse. A says 2 because I'm seeing a lot of twos. So I must say 2 for false, I would hope. I false, don't know the number. Thank you, Tony. I think let's just say we're gonna do 2 for false. And okay, thank you. Frankie says 2 and 1 for true. 1 for true. Let me tell you why the answer is false. It cannot happen. And this is why. America, United States of America. Okay, thank you, Gwen. She said, I said 1 for 2 and true, 2 for false, right? 1 for true and 2 for false. Thank you. So I'm seeing a lot of twos. Seeing a lot of twos. America is built on a debt-based system. In 1971, the dollar became debt. It became IOU, Federal Reserve Notes. It used to have the conversion of real money, silver and or gold, which means the dollars used to state or have written on them or embedded on them certificates, whether gold certificates or silver certificates, meaning that you can take that paper and have the tangible real money, right? And it was just a certificate because gold and silver, it became very heavy to carry and transport. So the paper made it easier. So in 1933, it became illegal for citizens to have the real money, the real wealth, which is gold and silver. And then in 1971, President Nixon made it illegal for other states, right, to redeem the US dollar for gold and silver because they understand that the more of something that's available, the less it's worth. And they saw the US debt reaching astronomical highs and the printing or distribution of money. So these states got together and they wanted the gold, they wanted the real money, they wanted the real wealth, which has intrinsic value. See, your paper dollar is made up of 75% cotton, right? It can be ripped, it can be burned, it can just deteriorate, right, over time. And so, but gold and silver does not do that, right? So in 1971, we became a debt-based system. So what does that mean, Queen? You keep saying, okay, so what? The dollars are not backed by real money, which is gold and silver, right? Is not backed by anything except the United States government. But this is what that done, or this is what that did. It made inflation, which is the rising increase of pricing, go to levels astronomically high. See, as long as there was a gold-based system, there was a limited amount of dollars, right? Now there's infinite amount of dollars that can be distributed to people, just like we are seeing now. As a matter of fact, last year during President Trump's administration, 20% of all dollars in circulation was printed last year alone. Of all dollars in circulation. So what that means is, let me explain this like I was teaching it to a fifth grader, right? What is inflation? It means this is why you're seeing $4 gas. This is why we're going to see even higher gas pricings. This is why you're going, I know you all thought Biden's tax plan, oh, he said he's going to tax the rich. It's not going to affect the middle class. Only those persons or businesses that's earning up to 400,000. You're going to see taxes as well. Not only in inflation, which is the silent income tax killer, which is increased price of your goods and services, of our everyday spending, but you're going to see property taxes increase. So what does that mean? No matter if you don't own a mortgage, can you afford the property tax? I was doing a live stream once in Illinois. The property tax increased so much in the suburbs of Chicago that over time, the property taxes were more expensive than the purchase of the house. Right? Thank you, Deborah. She said, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that. And so now you purchase a vehicle tax free or cash, right? With all cash. The lifespan of the vehicle may be up to 12 years, right? Where you can just drive the wheels off of it. I'm fortunate enough that I've gotten one that's 20 years old. Right? It's the box Chevy 2000 leather seats. It's in grand condition, 177,000 miles on it, and it cranks up on the dime, right? I try to keep my vehicles well maintenance. However, if you're buying something, usually for cash value, then much of the wear and tear and depreciation has already happened. So the likelihood of you getting 12 years out of that is less likely, not including the maintenance and upkeep. But then now taxes on vehicles are not as expensive. Property taxes, right? They're usually very affordable. But then when you have the increased pricing of goods and services, which means the tires that you buy are going to be more expensive, the mechanic service prices are going to be more expensive. Now we're transitioning to electronic vehicles from gas vehicles within the next 10 years, maybe. So electronic vehicles will be more expensive to purchase in the future. There's no such thing as debt free in a debt based system. There's no such things. America is debt based. So when people say I'm debt free or I'm getting out of debt, that means you have to get out of cash too, because cash is debt. It's just paper debt. But this is what most people don't know. Cash, percentage wise, is costing you more to use than a loan or even the highest credit card debt that you can think of. Queen, what do you mean, right? What if someone has 15% interest on a credit card? 18% interest. People, when you go to work every day, you're only getting 40 to 50 cents on the dollar on the cash paper paychecks that you are earning, because you are taxed anywhere from 28 to 34%. That's higher than the worst vehicle loan that I've ever seen. And I've seen some vehicles financed at 20%, some at 25%, right? But your cash is taxed higher than that. And this is why I tell people to get a home-based business, right? Raymond says you can buy gold and silver every day with the US dollar. Yes and no. Unless you are getting it from a local place, then you can't purchase gold and silver online with online dealers with the US dollars unless you use a debit card. But you can also purchase gold and silver all day with credit cards as well, right? Um, Someone says, hello, I purchased a crypto book about a month ago. Haven't received it. I just did a video on how to order that. So I need you to email me a screenshot of your proof of payment at the email address strolling down below. I mean, that's not my email address. That's my Cash App address. At this email address. That's all it takes. And a month is a long time, right? To not have reached out to me via email and not receive that, because you have cryptos that in a month's time has produced thousands of dollars return on the investment. So let's look at people that may think that they can try to change their checking account information, especially if you are through TurboTax. So just send me an email, right? Just send me an email and a screenshot of your payment receipt from Cash App. And then I would definitely look at that first thing in the morning. I won't tell you I'll look at it tonight after I live stream, right? My computer is already shut down that I send those out on, but I will look at that first thing in the morning for you. Get on that ASAP. So where's my third stimulus check? TurboTax. The American Rescue Plan, or the new relief bill, was signed March 11, 2021. The bill includes a third round of stimulus for millions of Americans. We know these funds are important to you. We are here to help. Again, you can go to the IRS, get my payment tool. However, just want to share this with you. Can I change or update my bank account information? Because that would seem like a smart move, right? If if debt collectors can get a garnishment on your bank account. But according to TurboTax, if you went through TurboTax to file, right now there is no way to change your information for your stimulus check. The payment will be based on the information from your latest tax return and will go to the bank account or address that the IRS has on file for you. The stimulus will not, however, affect your taxes for next year. These stimulus checks or recovery rebate credits are considered income and they are not taxable. Now, this is the question that I want to know for those that are receiving the child tax credit in advance. Will you be able to receive that next year? And I think the answer to that is no. Right? So it won't be income and you won't be taxed. But those child tax credit that has increased, child tax credit, let me pull that up. And the frequently asked questions, just in case you all may be thinking about that as well. And all cash transactions are canceled, one debt for another. Well, all cash transactions are payment for one debt for another, but it is not, it doesn't really discharge. It's just kicking the can down the road. And when debts are not totally discharged, they are just paid, it's going to cause inflation. And you're also going to see a supply and demand spike, right? A supply and demand issue, meaning that more people probably will have cash than the grocery stores can keep stock. So that's going to increase pricing as well. And then even when you have certain organizations that's increasing the minimum wage, that's going to pass the buck where those prices and services are going to increase, right? Um, Gary says, I got my stimulus and I bought XRP and GME stock. I'm a little afraid of GME, but I hope that works well for you. I'm just all into crypto right now. I don't trust the stock market. I think the stock market will see a big crash, 40%. Good night. Oh, okay. Okay. Next month, stock market, I just don't really trust it, but I hope that worked well for you. Someone else is saying that they bought some XRP. I'm waiting on any stimulus I received. A says to purchase land. Ace, does that include stimulus and for your children as well? Right? Because wow, I didn't know if they have land that inexpensive for, but I hope that works well for you because farmland will be much needed. I tell people there's three things that you need: food, shelter, and security. Right? Food, which is inclusive of water as well, shelter, and security. So, child tax credit 2021 gets 3,600. Will I get my monthly payments? Right? And the child, this is bigger in 2021, um, which is supposed to make things easier for families. However, let's look at some of the frequently asked questions about this that you may have as well. What would be the rules for 2020 child tax credit? Well, why is it saying 2020? I think I put up the wrong article. Let me make sure. Let me see the date on this because it's saying 2020. Okay, changes made for 2021. All right. So, again, if you have a child 17 age of older, that will be 3,000 and 3,600 for each child under 6. The other rules for the child tax credit eligibility, for instance, of course, you have to be a U.S. citizen, have a social security number. You must also claim him and her as a dependent on your 2021 tax return. The child must be related to you and live with you for at least 6 months during the year. Um, and so qualify for the higher credit amount. Do all families qualify? No. Not all families will qualify with children to get the higher tax credit, but most will. Again, if your adjusted gross income is below 75,000, then you will 112,500 for head of household, 150,000 for joint returns, right? So those are the most commonly asked questions. Additional phase out. If my 2020 income is higher for 3,000 to 3,600, can I still claim the 2,000 credit when I file my return? This is the one that I really want to know. And it says it depends. Families who are not eligible for the 3,000 or $3,600 credit in 2021, but they have adjusted gross incomes below 400,000 on joint returns or 200,000 on other returns. Wow, those are big numbers, right? Big incomes. Could claim the credit of $2,000 per child. So these are for the people that's missing out now that may not be at that 75,000 or married, 120,000 income level. So they can claim it, right? If their adjusted gross income is 400,000 on joint returns or 200,000, right? On other returns, it does not specify what other returns mean. They could claim it for next year. And again, if you make over 400,000, 200,000, you will see the $2,000 credit reduce by $50 for each $1,000 or a fraction thereof. So I'm thinking that you won't be able to get this claim next year on your tax return because they're already paying you in advance. However, this is not something that our I'm getting from research, but at least your stimulus will not be taxed. But I don't think you'll be able to claim that child tax credit because they are giving you over and beyond and above already in advance. So there may be something that people want to look out to prepare for next tax year. However, if you need that money now, right, you can't think about next year. You have to do what you do to save yourself first, right? Music Biz says, I got my tax return, $6,500. Now tomorrow, getting my 2,800 stimulus. That's over 9,000. Great. Plus, I saved 10,000 and another 10,000 in the stock markets. So you're up like 30,000 right now. That's great news. And I'm not against anyone that saves. It's always good to have cash liquidity on hand. But just know when you can grow that money, right? Please grow that money. Now, I see I have my XRP people in the stands. Keep it real, John said you don't have to be a U.S. citizen. Yeah, if you don't be a U.S. citizen, though, you're going to lose a lot of your benefits, a lot of your rights. It's hard to live in the United States and not be a citizen. It's where you see your medical treatment, right? That's like being a natural citizen as well. When you take away that, you take away any benefits that a citizen receive. You have to almost be a nomad and be able to survive and live off your own. Health wise, medical wise, monetary wise, right? That's why a lot of people, right, don't do that, don't take that next level step. LaKendrick, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. This is for your drink on the moon. When we skyrocket, we definitely will go to the moon. So let's shift into cryptocurrency. You know I love to talk about that. We got the $1,400 stimulus out the way. So let's talk about cryptocurrency. I think Bitcoin is going to make some more push tomorrow. Again, a lot of stimulus money is going into that. We got Ada that just did. I'm just going to say Ada is a female, right? She just did her thing today at 19% return. Now, my XRP people, I'm not discouraging you, but just wondering, are you in ADA as well? Right? It may give you a quicker return on your investment. So let's look at XRP. And what it did is at 47 cents. For some reason, this is showing 0% return. The last I looked, it was like between 2 to 5%. But again, ADA really was the altcoin that stole the day to day. Also, ADA Cardano will be listed on Coinbase Pro, not Coinbase, but Coinbase Pro tomorrow, right? And you know that Cardano announced its Mary Fork at earlier in the beginning of March, which just means it's able to have native tokens, which just means that they are positioning themselves for NFTs as well, just as Ethereum is, right? So let's hope ADA goes to the moon as well, $2 to $3, right? And someone Alfred said it got 1,000 coins in ADA, right? Um, XRP is better, but XRP may, I won't say better. I just think they have different functions than ADA and Ethereum. I mean, you need smart contracts. NFTs are hot, right? So I won't say one is one more better than the other. I just think they have different functions. Also, you all, if you want to know my 30 top choice cryptocurrency, you can definitely go to Cash on Crypto. That's crypto with the K .com and invest in that Cash on Crypto report, especially if you are a newbie or you just want to know some different platforms or you just want a thorough financial education, because the Cash on Crypto report gives you more than just the list of cryptocurrency. It gives you a timeline of why we are moving to a new economy, right? Why 60% of our jobs or these jobs are not coming back. Why you need to be in the tech fields, right? Um, Gwen, are you still on? Do I have time? Why farmers' jobs will be non-existence. And what did Gwen tell me? That dude name was Punk somebody, Punk something. A very interesting video, but I do want to. I may do a whole nother live stream on that, because I kind of like to keep my videos on topic, right? And so someone says, "Oh, Papa Duck, that's what it is." I literally own 0 Bitcoin. Okay, Papa Duck, thank you. And Reef Utility. I like Engine Coin. I don't think you can get them all. People, you're going to have about 80 of these that will survive. It's over $8,600 cryptocurrencies, and 1% of these are going to survive. So I don't think you can get them all, nor is it safe to chase them all, right? Just do what you can. I do believe in multiple rivers, right? Of, or some people refer to as multiple streams of income. And if you have at least 21 streams of 21 cryptocurrencies or even less, right? That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Maybe you don't want 21 or less, but you're going to have farmers' jobs that's going out of business. You're going to have construction workers that's going out of business. It's just a whole list of jobs that I put on my Facebook that will not return. You have 3D construction going on. That's why I like Mana, decentralized cryptocurrency as well, for virtual land and even gaming. That's going to be big, right? Uh, and so just do your due diligence. That's why I made my report for 30 days. Let me see if I can pull this up. Gwen. For Gwen, I gotta do this, try to do this for Gwen. Okay, here we go. And people, take care of your health, right? Take care of your health. Breathe fresh oxygen. have less of your carbon dioxide intake, right? Health is wealth as well. Alfred says trade stocks and cryptocurrency. There's certain cryptocurrencies I don't trade, and there are some great cryptocurrencies for trading, right, as well. Music Biz says I'm waiting for regulation, comes 99% are gone. And this is what people have to understand about cryptocurrencies. You want to get in before it hits mainstream, because a lot of these cryptocurrencies, once it hits mainstream or once it's regulated, it won't be affordable, especially with the increased pricings of goods and services, right? And so this is why you want to get in on the groundbreaking opportunities. And I need to make sure I have some new people in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification as well. Gary says, ladies and gems, not germs, I will settle out of craziness with SEC. You will settle by SEC next week, waiting on Congress, right? And so let me just share this for Gwen. I thought this was very educational, what she shared. And it's just a short clip. And we are going to log off. Let me see. Let me advance this up.
Well, the BBC, when they did a story on it years ago.
Okay, you all don't have any sound. You can't hear. All right, hold on. Let me try it again. Let me give it another try. Let me know how it works this time, right?
Storing organic seeds in a vault.
Like, can you all hear now?
Check this out.
Do you know why then Rockefeller, the Ford Foundation, and Linda and Bill Gates Foundation, I don't know, are paying for the Stalwart vault in Norway to keep all the seeds that are not GMO? What is your stake on it?
The question was about why the Gates Foundation and the Rockefeller Foundation, Syngenta, which is one of the largest GMO corporations, a British Swiss company, why they financed the creation of a nuclear-proof seed vault to store all the seed varieties of the entire planet up near the Arctic Circle, inaccessible by Greenpeace boats or almost anything. What's going on with that? What interest do they have? Well, the BBC, when they did a story on it years ago, called it the Doomsday Seed Vault. I don't know. I can't answer that, but it sure is a scary thing to me. Are they planning to do something to the seed varieties of the entire planet and then be the ones who control what comes out and in what form it's genetically manipulated or not, I don't know, but it certainly is a very scary thing. One of the first things to happen when the US bombed Saddam Hussein's Iraq back to the Stone Age in 2003, Iraq is the cradle of civilized agriculture, the Tigris-Euphrates Valley, Mesopotamia. And there was a seed bank of wheat varieties in a place in Iraq called Abu Ghraib. We've heard about it all through the prison. Well, during the course of the US bombing of Iraq, that seed bank in Abu Ghraib disappeared. Nobody could say where it went. The farmers had to depend on the US AID to get seeds to plant wheat for the next harvest after the war. And nobody has been able to verify this yet. I talked with an Iraqi woman living in the US, but she was trying to verify this, that these would be GMO wheat varieties. Perhaps you know if that has been introduced into Iraq by deception. But the seed vault in Svalbard it's 1984. It's really scary. I don't know.
See what I'm saying? Now, like I said, we need a people's committee, because no one's gonna challenge this, because they're all in cahoots. They're all getting paid. But we sitting back just waiting and waiting. They're getting more and more powerful. They're brainwashing people more and more, finding more and more ways to carry out their plan, while we just sitting here ain't doing nothing. We're doing nothing. Like, come on, people. We can't keep letting these people run our lives. I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. We have to come together. We have to form a committee, and we have to challenge these things, because it's for our kids. It's for our own sake. Who give these people authority to store all the organic seeds? And why you ain't hearing nothing about these people, these farmers in India that's committing suicide? Please.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted, right? So who's giving these people permission, right, to store these seeds? You know, Bill and Melinda Gates, you know, he owned all of the farmland, right? The biggest farmland owner, Beyond Meat. He owns Beyond Meat. And just like you're not going to know what you're eating, in a sense, you don't know what's in that vaccine. Why in the stimulus is there billions of dollars allocated to run campaigns just to convince people to get a shot in the arm? If it's so deadly, why do you have to convince people and put billions of dollars of advertising and marketing? People have no idea what they're putting in their bodies. No idea. They have no idea of the long-term repercussions of this. People, if Johnson & Johnson, for example, could not produce baby powder without causing ovarian cancer, why have they been accredited to produce a vaccine? And I was shopping at a Whole Food place, right? And I saw this yesterday, because a lot of people they sleep, they don't know, they're not awake. They believe everything that the lie vision tells them. And I took a picture of this. It was for a patio plant, right? It said benefits of trees. Trees add property value to your home, attract bird, and reduce carbon dioxide. So why do you think that it's healthy to breathe in your own carbon dioxide by smothering yourself with a cloth or a mask, when the whole purpose of trees and the exchange of a healthy and healing body that God created of trees and plants to reduce carbon dioxide, but yet you think it's healthy to intake that, right? So the benefits of trees reduce carbon dioxide in the air while adding privacy and beautiful, changing colors. This stood out to me. This was for a patio peach bonanza tree. Look at the 5G on this label, right? But when I try to educate people about the new 5G Wi-Fi and the radiation and why it's harmful, even anyone knows how healthy yoga is and deep breathing, but yet you want to smother. You think that's okay. I tell people, if you can smell fart or breath through a mask, it's not protecting you against airborne. You don't even hear about the flu and pneumonia anymore. And Wendy Williams made a great point. If over 10 million people get the vaccine for flu, and we still have or had thousands of deaths a year, then why am I? Did you know, for example, that Moderna, the reason why they were approved for the vaccine is because they tested one human being and said, oh, yes, we think this vaccine provides vaccination against COVID. Most people don't even know that the outer layer of the sun is called corona. So what does that mean, Queen? So what? It's just coincidence. No, it's not. See, they've even stopped calling it corona. They just went right to C-19. I don't want to say that word too much, right? And so what does that mean? Well, when you're quarantined and they tell you don't go outside, listen, people, God, earth, every natural thing he's provided for you to have a healthy and healing body, in the inclusion of breathing in healthy oxygen. Vitamin D from sunlight, fresh water, springs of water for the body. You're made from the earth or the ground. So even walking barefooted relieves your body of toxins, of connecting with the earth for that reason. We're nothing but dirt, right? Tourmaline for radiation. That's why, man, this is affecting people with obesity problems and pre-existing health issues. And even with people that were healthy, I know you probably asked me, well, Queen, I know this person that eats healthy, they exercise. For those people, even when this radiation was first released, that's why it took their bodies about 2 weeks to adapt to it. And they recovered and they didn't need any treatment, any medical treatment. Because once it affected certain healthy bodies a certain way, everybody's body is different. They didn't need anything. And it's very, and this person has to be protected, but they shared with me on Facebook because they are military, that even the military is giving awards to people in the military for taking this vaccine. Awards, as well as monetary awards as well. So you have this technology that's not only for cryptocurrency. You have it because machines, technology is replacing people, right? A lot of jobs are not coming back. And what the government is doing is just right now, really for those people that will be jobless, if they don't switch their income, or if you don't get a home-based business, or you don't have to be an entrepreneur, or you're not investing in crypto, Next year, more than likely, cryptocurrency will be more regulated, and it's going to be too pricey, right, for people to invest in, because it's going to be so much more expensive now, right, for your everyday goods and services. So let's look at these jobs, 14 jobs that would disappear, right? 14 jobs that will disappear. And here are the lists. Drivers, why? They have self-driving vehicles now, right? Self-driving vehicles. So you have drivers that's leaving, right? Then, yes, Queen says what's baffles her is the amount of people who have to have access to all this information because they got sick or their job. And yeah, they need this to travel. Farmers, again, we know Bill Gates has all the farmland and the seed. Traditional printing and publishers, newspapers, magazines, the internet has taken over. Cashiers, everything will be self-checkout. New way of shopping. Travel agents, right? Manufacturing workers, waiting tables and bartenders. No more waitresses. Everything's pretty much probably gonna be electronic. They already have that now, where you just can see your drink being mixed by machines, right? They started that years ago. Bank tellers, why cryptocurrency is taking over. A lot of commercial banks are going to go bankrupt, right? Fast food workers, machines are taking their jobs, cooking the food, serving the foods, taking the orders. Accounting and tax preparers. Why? Because with cryptocurrency on the blockchain, all of your transactions will be documented. Your taxes will be automatically done, right? No more tax-free cash. Stock traders, right? Stock market will be on the blockchain, right? So no need for stock traders. Construction workers, homes will be 3D. You need to look into 3D printing houses that they're doing now. That's quicker and least expensive. This is why the evictions, this is why foreclosures in July. And the government is going to purchase a lot of mortgage-backed securities and get these homes back and go into 3D housing development. And dispatchers. So people make this shift, right? Make this shift. It's here. People would rather hear a pretty lie than the ugly truth. But it's all a setup, people. But if you position yourself properly, if you know what's ahead, you can remain healthy and you can remain wealthy in this all, right? People perish because of lack of knowledge. What does perish mean? They die, they go off, cast away with no restraints. And you have to be one of the ones that's woke. That's why my slogan is wake up millionaires. People, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. So let's get in cryptocurrency. I really enjoyed this live stream. A lot of great people participated. You all make sure you invest in yourselves and invest in your health, right? And Gary says, I'd rather hear a beautiful woman tell me the ugly truth to wake me up to change. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the thumbs up. Here's to your health, your wealth, your peace, and your prosperity, your credit, your crypto, and your cash flow. Queen of credit out. I was gonna say crypto, right? I still say queen of credit sometimes, right? You're welcome, Curtis. You're welcome. Make sure you all hit the thumbs up. Thank you for all my Patreon members, and make sure you support the channel by liking and sharing this video.